not just listen to it, please, the show what you're doing, and then there may be very exciting things, many exciting things going on, so you can get some update. And most importantly, please become a member. As I said, if you become a member, we have a lot of benefits, and the price is not that very expensive. And if you become a member, if ASTP would offer you frequent update of digital pathology and AI, so we'll promise you that we would provide the newest information in this field. So only becoming a member of the ASTP, you can get what is the newest, what is upfront in this field. So best knowledge from the not only the top science from the very beginning, 101 to top science by expert, and guide to develop your digital pathology and AI, and bring research opportunities, and introduce reference centers of your regions and useful educational materials. So let's begin this exciting webinar. We have a wonderful the speakers. So I would pass my stage to the moderators, Dr. Aaron Han and Dr. Hye-Young Kim. So stage is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. Junia, for giving us the overview. And we are very excited and honored by the enthusiasm for today's program. We achieved high numbers of registrations, and many attendees already have signed into the room. The Education Committee has spent a lot of time drafting the content for these programs to create material that would be exciting and interesting to a very wide audience wherever you are in your digital path journey. So I have the honor to co-chair today with Dr. Kang, and I will introduce the first two speakers. The first speaker is Professor Sangeeta Desai. She is well known to many. She is internationally recognized for contributions and pioneering work not only in molecular pathology, biobanking, in breast pathology, among many other expertise, but also as the pioneer for digital and AI. Everywhere you go, you will run into people who not only know her, but also who have been trained by her and are the current generation of pathology leaders. So she has a special ability to take some of the most complex topics and discuss it in a way so it's easily comprehended by her audience. So I turn now the program over to Professor Desai.
Thank you, Dr. Han. Let me share my presentation. I hope my presentation is seen and I'm audible.
Yes and yes.
Yeah. So wish you all very good morning and good afternoon. My job today is to introduce digital pathology and discuss practical applications. So when a biopsy or the specimen is received in routine surgical pathology laboratory, it undergoes multi-step complex processes, and the final product is in the form of a glass slide. Then pathologists views it under the microscope, and then the pathologist diagnoses or offers prognostic information or predicts response to the treatment. Now, when the microscope is replaced by a whole slide imaging device, the end product, what we get is a virtual slide. And this virtual slide is interpreted on the screen. And this is what is known as digital pathology. So now let's discuss what digital pathology is and what digital pathology is not. So digital pathology is basically use of computer technology to convert analog microscope images into digital images. So synonyms are digital imaging, virtual slides, or virtual microscopy. Now there are various imaging modes available, but in this era, when we talk about digital pathology, what we mean is the enabling technology, which is whole slide imaging. Now let's move further and discuss what digital pathology is not. It's not elimination of glass slides, it's not elimination of histology, it is not de novo imaging, it's not abandonment of 100 plus years of morphology, and it is not replacement of established image analysis concepts. Let me now take you to the first statement, which is actually a general statement, because very soon there might be new technology, which is slide-free optical microscopy. But as of now, it is not in clinical practice. So the first statement stands today. And so when you start digital pathology, you have to have a glass slide in place. That is, as of now, as you know, that it's a very dynamic field. Now, the first step is conversion of glass slide into whole slide image or virtual slide. And this first step itself offers considerable logistic, fiscal, and organizational challenges. Each virtual image consists of pixels, which is the smallest addressable element, and that can be maneuvered. And a virtual slide has millions of such data points and lot of hidden information within the layers of this virtual image or virtual slide. And the next talk is going to be on AI, and whole slide imaging is an enabler of computational pathology. So today we are unraveling secrets of tumors or various disease conditions by applying AI concepts to virtual slide. That is because of whole slide imaging, which is an enabler of computational pathology. Now let's come to image quality and magnification. Modern day scanners use objective lens of 40x. Resolution is 0.25 micron per pixel. So each pixel covers 0.25 microns, which is equivalent to 400x magnification. A biopsy slide which has a small biopsy within it, it generates data in megabytes, whereas routine section generates data in gigabytes. And so data requirements are almost 20 times requirements in radiology. Coming to applications, applications can be stratified into clinical, research, and education. And so clinical application, once you have the slide in your hand, it can be used for primary diagnosis. It can be used for second opinion, expert consultation. If it's difficult frozen section, you can obtain expert opinion. If it is a immunohistochemistry slide of biomarker, you can apply quantitative image analysis tools. The virtual image can be used for multidisciplinary tumor board meetings, quality assurance exercise. And coming to research, it's a huge, massive field of research enterprise, which involves several AI-based studies and machine learning, deep learning, quantitative image analysis tools. So it's a huge field now. And the most popular use of digital pathology is related to education. So tele-education, proficiency testing, maintaining image libraries of rare entities. So these are the applications of digital pathology. Now, many years ago, almost in 1986, digital pathology was initiated by Dr. Ronald Weinstein, who is considered father of telepathology. In fact, he's the one who coined the term telepathology, which is practice of pathology at a distance. When he transmitted an image, actually he used satellite-based robotic microscopy to view a breast cancer image sitting in Washington, D.C., and the image was transferred from Texas. Way back in 1999, 2000, static telepathology was started in India, which was in relation with International Project on Cervical Cancer Prevention Program, and which actually bridged the gap between tertiary oncology center and rural cancer center in India. But the biggest boost or biggest impetus was provided by unprecedented situation which we all experienced 5 years ago, that is COVID pandemic. COVID pandemic actually catalyzed digital transformation of several pathology departments, and now pathologists are well aware of how powerful this technology is for remote diagnosis, which is agnostic of time and location. Coming to the most popular use of digital pathology, that is for education, conducting several meetings, focus group meetings, tumor board meetings, or even you have this virtual slide with you, you can share it with your colleague, you can discuss, you can analyze it. And as pathologists, all of us are, we do undertake certain tasks which are repetitive, mundane, sometimes very boring, and those tasks are counting mitosis or estimating Ki-67 in breast cancer. So imagine if you have quantitative image analysis tool and all this is done in a jiffy and you get the result. But of course, all this requires very rigorous validation. So biomarker estimation is very important application. And of course, this is the research enterprise I was referring to earlier, that is pathomics, that is applying omics to the virtual slide and unravels what the hidden secrets within and explore biological behavior of tumors or disease condition by leveraging AI-based technology, and that will be covered in the next talk. So this is a very recent paper which is published in Virchow's archives, and you may refer to it. It is fresh from the oven. And this is written up by the expert group mandated by European Society of Pathology. Now they have actually referred to several policies. For example, policies related to resources, education, management, and control. Control means quality standards. Policies for digital information for routine patient care. So in resources, right from space to equipment, and equipment is not only pathology, histopath related, but digital path, also digital path related, and also IT infrastructure related. Coming to education, it is a multidisciplinary team. So right from pathologists to histotechnologists to IT professionals. And there is a lot of guidance already available in public domain, and various position papers or guidelines have already been issued by various professional bodies, including this particular paper in Virchow's archives. Coming to quality standards, this is something new. It results in change in the workflow. And if you are going to use it for patient care, then quality does matter, including keen eye on turnaround time. Coming to management or administrative aspects, there has to be champion for the cause who has to lead this multidisciplinary team, has to have strategic vision, sustainability plan, and also how plan related to investment. So let's deal with certain questions. Is selection and procurement of scanners sufficient to start digital pathology? The answer is no, because you need to have good slide preparation. So high quality images need high quality slides. So I always refer to collaborative quality development. For example, if you wish to go digital, first improve your surgical pathology, and that will involve training of technologists, pathologists. So as is your pathology, so is your digital pathology. Now there are many scanners which vary in their capacity, speed, technology. So which digital scanner to go for? This is again actually a $1 million question, but it all depends on the purpose you want to use it for, total volume of work. And there are actually 16 to 17 parameters which one needs to assess. And they range from right from quality of the image to comparison of glass slide diagnosis versus digital diagnosis, time for reporting, versatility, how comfortable are you with digital diagnosis? So all these parameters need to be assessed first. Coming to pixel pathway, once you decide to replace microscope with whole slide imaging system, the next comes is server and storage solution and the network, because you need to interpret the right image on the computer screen. So the word digital itself has IT within it. So there are all these factors need to be looked into: bidirectional LIS integration, workstations, network, right? From whole slide image device, imaging device, to image analysis server, to synoptic reporting system, to LIS, HIS, storage, and connectivity, so that you see the right information, you have the right information available at the right time, at right moment, all the time. Now coming to engagement with colleagues, you have to deal with pathologists, laboratory staff, IT staff, administrators, and in every category you will find enthusiasts, uncertains, and skeptics. Now, the leader has to see to it that the uncertains will move towards the category of enthusiast, and keep hoping the skeptics will climb the ladder soon. So why do I think that digital pathology will take off? In fact, it has already taken off, because once you adopt digital workflow, it increases efficiency. It is basically related to workflow enhancement with improved turnaround time. Archiving and retrieval of images allows comparisons, easier to conduct tumor board meetings, conferences, remote case review, agnostic of time and location is possible. Clinician participation increases because you're holding tumor board meetings where you're projecting these virtual slides on the screen. Screening studies are easier to conduct. Quantification exercise is easier. There is improved slide availability and fewer handling errors. And the big boost is given by AI-based studies. So whole slide imaging is an enabler of computational pathology. So that's why I think digital pathology will definitely take off. Now, Pearls of Wisdom, going digital is an ongoing commitment and it's not one-time decision. Now, whether you go 100% digital or you remain hybrid, there are pros and cons to both, but try to stay away from 100% analog. So work towards going digital. So that is the part towards improvement. Strive for first time right sample management. That will also help you for your ancillary studies like molecular stuff or immunohistochemistry. Collaboration, investment, and adherence to quality standards are the key factors. And remember, if you are not part of the steam roller, you become part of the road. Thank you very much for patient hearing. I will
Thank
stop.
you, Prof.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for this enlightening overview and the introductory lecture for this session. And Prof. Desai is not only the co-chair with Prof. Suyama of the Educational Committee, she will also be welcoming you with Dr. Ranjiv Kaushal in the October ASDP meeting scheduled to be in Mumbai. Just a reminder, there is a separate tab for Q&A. I know some of you have used to give feedback on the sound quality. You can type your questions into that box as well. We will take them in kind of a human algorithm based on the order and the number of likes or number of people who are asking the similar question. For our second talk, we are very honored to introduce Dr. Masakawa Kawai. He is a faculty at the National Cancer Center in Japan. He is involved in not only pathology, but also in some of the cutting edge research with language models, segmentations, and he earned his PhD in the current institution where he is an attending and faculty. So please welcome Dr. Kawai, who will talk about the key concepts for AI.
Thank you, Dr. Han, for the introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Master Kawai. working pathologist at the National Cancer Center in Japan. Today, I'm going to talk about some key AI concepts that pathologists should understand. So let's get started. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is a rapidly evolving technology that perform kind of intelligent tasks in collaboration with or on behalf of humans. Technical deep learning and the classical machine learning techniques are often used in research as well as the commercially available solutions. I cannot cover all of them in 15-minute talk, so today I will cover the most important 6 concepts: deep learning, rated convolutional neural networks, transformers, pathological foundation models, multiple instance learning, domain-shift, and generative models. And also, I have prepared a self-guided hands-on AI demo at the last presentation, at the last time presentation, especially for those who are very new to working with AI pathology. And first takeaway is that what makes pathology variable is that we have specialized and pathology-specific tasks to be solved. So let me give an example of the Ki-67 labeling index in invasive breast carcinoma. When pathologists do this manually, we identify the invasive area, identify hotspot, and count negative and positive tumor cells, and calculate the ratios to get their index. On the other hand, AI algorithm can solve these tasks differently. One can come up with an approach that segmentation models identify invasive area, and another nuclear detection model identify positive and negative tumor cells and calculates their several ratios in several regions of interest and takes the maximum. Or another AI researcher can come up with an algorithm that uses some visual language model like PassChat. PassChat is the state-of-the-art visual language model to date. And you can simply ask the model that what is Ki-67 labeling index, and the model can answer the index is 60%. And there are many other approaches that is plausible or possible to AIs. And at this point, we realize that this kind of hotspot criteria for Ki-67 index is invented for human pathologists and not for computers or AIs. So AI pathology or computational pathology does not only develop AI models and discuss about some changes in ROC-curve or AUC. I think it is important, but it also develops some concepts. This kind of process makes us reconsider pathology from a different point of view. So first takeaway tasks to be solved, then state-of-the-art techniques. So let's start the first concept, convolutional neural networks in deep learning. Deep learning has a very impressive technology that has evolved rapidly since around 2012. What has surprised to me, deep learning is very simple. It's only a huge neural networks, mostly consists of a simple perceptron that is matrix multiplication and some addition and activation function. The convolutional neural networks is a kind of approach that captures the local features by this kind of operation. as visualized in this figures, that the convolutional neural networks uses some fixed size kernels. In this case, the 3x3 kernel, and the kernel shifts 1 pixel left to right and up to bottom, and calculates the features and adds them and to be their output to the next layers. This is the convolutional relation. These convolutional neural networks, or CNNs, capture local features, just like solid scans and the microscope and the local features, one area to their next areas. The second topic is transformer. I think most of you have heard of them. A transformer consists of a stack of multi-head attention mechanisms. Attention is a scale dot product attention, and followed by the feed-forward networks. This is a multi-layer perceptrons. This is the most, I think, the most famous and most important AI paper after 2012. The attention is all you need, published in 2017. I can't explain all of them, but yeah, this is the core concept of transformer. And I think you should know about the vision transformer. The vision transformer is a transformer application on image classification or some other applications. This is very similar to the original transformers that was invented for the natural languages. The image vision transformers tokenize the images by patchifying the images into small patches, like 16 by 16 or 14 by 14. And the famous large language models, like the ChatGPTs and the DeepSeek, something, use a decode-only transformer model with masking applied to the future tokens. This is an example of the masked attention maps. As an example of the sentence, like the cell has a nucleus. To simplify the topic, I tokenize the sentence by simple words. Then the large language models predicts only the future tokens. If the model sees the word, the model cannot see the future token like cell has a nucleus. But the model predicts the future token like cell has a nucleus. But the model has some the stochastic nature, so the model can predict the token after there is not the cell, but the nucleus. So the model can output the nucleus is round. This is another example of the large language model output. What I wanted to tell you is that this kind of very intelligent model is based on the simple transformers. I'd like to cover pathological foundation models. You can see the previous webinar by David, and he talked about the pathological foundation models in detail. Please refer to his lecture after this webinar. In short, the pathological models, pathological foundation models, large models return a large corpus of pathological data like HND images or IHC images or expression data and reports and the combination of them. And most of the pathological foundation models are the transformer-based models. This diagram is, I think, is very demonstrative. The pathological foundation models is very close to the pathological task like histological segmentation, mutational prediction, or some other tasks for pathologists. Compared to the generalized models, like the images trained by the general images like cat or dog and TB or something. And this kind of pathological foundation models compress the data very efficiently and used often in the multiple instance running. I will talk later. So the next topic is the multiple instance running. The way pathologists dissect the tumors into pieces in dissection. For example, in this kind of 5 centimeter tumors, can be separated or divided in 40 cassettes or 40 whole slide images. I think this is not the best practice because we want to see the whole tumor. If we can see the whole tumor at a glance, that's great, but we cannot do that because of some technical limitations or something. We divide the tumors into pieces and we diagnose each whole slide image and aggregate the information into one single diagnosis. The AI also do the same things. If we patch file tokenize the whole slide images in very small patches, like the 14 pixels, that's intractable or computationally very challenging to AIs, even for the most capable supercomputers in the world. And so we have to patch fine in the more larger patches, like 224 pixels. And that's the very common patch size for pathological foundation models. The pathological foundation model makes the compressed or very small dimensional embeddings, and there another multiple instance learning model like attention-based multiple MIL or ABMIL or CLAMP or something that can make a prediction from back of these embeddings. This is multiple instance learning. This is very popular in pathological research. And another topic is that the H&E diagnostics. Not all H&E stain and not all H&E sections are created equal. You can see that very variable quality of H&E stains. And we often feel difficulty about these kinds of staining quality differences. This difference can be caused by staining protocol, diffusion, processing, scanner difference, or scanning artifact or something. And in short, I recommend to keep the quality for human and AIs as well. As a weakness of our deep learning based model, deep learning models perform in unpredictable manner on out of distribution data or the very different data types. We cannot predict their performance. It can perform better in some cases. In most cases, the models will perform poorly on other domains. So we should try to maintain the same quality for AI and humans. And the final topic is the hallucination of the generative AI. I think the most of you have tried some large language model like ChatGPTs. Hallucinations, the erroneous, harmful, made-up outputs of generative AIs, and from the large language models or other generative AIs such as diffusion-based image model or something. unfortunately, there seems to be some trade-offs between creativity and hallucinations, so we cannot avoid them without without performance loss. So this is a example of ChatGPT generated image of squamous cell carcinoma with keratinization. And if you are a pathologist, you can see this this kind of concentric red material is not keratinization. It's kind of very a drawing. So we can differentiate. We pathologists can differentiate that this image cannot be real, but that there are most people, not pathological people, might believe that this is real, and this is pathological report is the hallucinated report, but we can see there's many errors or many mistakes. But non-pathologists can believe this. That I think is dangerous. This Gromella figures are coming from my research. That's the cyclogram-based in transformation study. I found that this kind of very simple model all can suffer from hallucinations like the nuclei appearing, disappearing, or deforming. The last takeaway, we are very close to AI diagnosis, but you are very fully responsible for your diagnosis. You might be sued for your misdiagnosis, but the OpenAI cannot take your responsibility. Only the ChatGPT helps you make the documents for coding. The summary. The first takeaway is that please understand your task deeply. Digitization and AI are tools to support your pathological expertise. Let's start by understanding the problem, and let's think about how AI can change the pathology in the future. The second one is that AI models can fail like humans do. There's no model such as the perfect model, as there's no such a perfect pathologist in the world. Failures and hallucinations can happen, and treat AI mistakes with generosity and caution and not fear. Stay critical. Validate AI outputs yourselves, just as you would on the trainees with only 1 week experience. Lastly, I introduce the hands-on demo. I can't cover this topic, so please scan the QR code and instruct yourself, and please run the demo yourself. I think it's not so easy for the very beginners. So please feel asked to ask me later. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Dr. Kawai. And later we'll have Q&A sessions. We already have several questions in the queue. All of our speakers will be participating in that session. Thank you very much for this illuminating talk on aspects of AI. It's quite comprehensive. So before I turn the time over to Dr. Kang for our next two speakers, we do have a short video presentation from our sponsor, and this will run for about 5 minutes, after which we'll resume with our didactic talks. We do thank our sponsors because the collaboration and partnership is very important to building DP and AI.
Okay. Um, Hi, I'm Hae Kang from Cha University, Cha Bundang Medical Center. I'm currently the director of the Department of Pathology and one of the ASDP board members. I'm very honored to have this opportunity to moderate this second part. I would like to thank Dr. Aaron Han for guiding the first part of the session. Okay, I'll take over from here as we move into the second half. So let's keep the momentum going. And we're delighted to have you with us today. This ASDP webinar series, April 2025. We would like to share a few important reminders before starting the second session. First is the Q&A box. Please feel free to submit your questions at any time during the session using the Q&A box. We will carefully select and address some of these questions during the Q&A sessions at the end. Okay, and after the session, we encourage you to take a moment to complete the post-event survey. This is your chance to provide valuable feedback, rate the event, suggest areas for improvement, and share topics you would like to see in the future webinars. And also, for those attendees unfamiliar with English, Zoom offers a handy tool to enable translated captions. So we would encourage you to use that function. Thank you. Okay, now we proceed to the second session. I would like to introduce Professor Hyun-Jung Ko. We are very delighted to welcome Dr. Hyun-Jung Ko, Associate Professor at Asan Medical Center and University of Ulsan College of Medicine. She's a very talented pathologist, specializing in hematopathology, renal and transplantation pathology, and digital and computational pathology. Her work includes advancing pathological AI, evaluating the immune microenvironment through spatial analysis, and developing diagnostic methods. Dr. Go has been instrumental in implementing the digital pathology system at Asan Medical Center, designing workflows, supporting medical education platforms, and driving pathology big data research. She also led a project called AMIS 3.0 and developed a unique diagnostic code now in official use at Asan Medical Center. Today, Dr. Go will share her insights on upskilling lab technicians for DP adoption. Please join me in welcoming her. Over to you, Dr. Go.
Oh, thank you for your introducing. Oh, hello, it's a pleasure to connect with you online. Today, I'd like to respectively share some thoughts on the skill development of pathology technicians who play a critical role in slide preparation and scanning within our digital pathology workflow. I will introduce several key initiatives from our institution that we believe have been particularly effective supporting their technical advancement, along with a few illustrative examples. Digital pathology is rapidly becoming the future standard in pathology department. However, its adoption still faces technical, economic, and workflow-related changes. A key but often overlooked factor is the human element. Success depends not just on the system, but on the engagement of pathologists and pathology technicians. To foster this, it's essential to build shared understanding across the department. Instead of relying solely one-time training, regularly sharing updates and integrating digital pathology into daily discussions can help staff adapt and embrace the transition as a positive evolution. This is the milestone of our hospital's digital pathology journey. Over a 5-year project period, we successfully implemented a digital pathology system capable of digitizing approximately 1 petabyte of data annually, encompassing nearly 1 million slides. During the first 3 years, we conducted internal research, visited reference institutions, and participated in various academic conferences. Following this, we formed a task force team and spent the next 2 years executing the implementing process, ultimately transforming our pathology department into a fully digital system. In this process, the most critical factor were hardware, software, system interfaces, network infrastructure, the capabilities and current status of pathology department members, and workflow optimization within the pathology department. The first step in implementing digital pathology is to clearly define and share the institution's goal and priorities. This shared understanding among pathology department members must come before any technical steps. Since each institution's goals may differ and the implementation approach will also vary. That's why it's essential for the team to align on the main objectives for the outset. Once goals are clearly defined and priorities set, the next critical step in digital pathology implementation is fostering strong collaborative teamwork, especially with those involved in day-to-day operations. Among them, pathology technicians are key partners, and their active participation greatly influences the success of the project. In our case, collaboration started at the very beginning, even before formal planning had begun. Starting in 2017, I visited reference centers with our pathology technicians. These visits helped us clarify our goals, prioritize needs, and sketch out an initial implementation plan. Although there was some initial hesitation about involving technicians in these trips, their insights provided invaluable. Throughout the project, pathology technicians participated in key meetings with vendors and IT team, sharing practical input that shape a system tailored to our institution. In particular, involving supervisors and senior technicians from histopathology and immunopathology was critical to ensuring smooth integration. We also provided early hands-on opportunities for entire department. During our proof of concept phase, 25 department members, including faculty, trainee, and technicians, evaluated different scanners and viewers using a custom scoring system I designed. These results were essential in gaining hospital support and demonstrating the practical value of digital pathology. This experience highlights how essential teamwork is to achieving a successful transition. Pathologists and pathology technicians work together daily. Yet during my 10 years leading EMR and digital pathology system project, I've often found that they don't fully understand each other's roles and responsibilities. Digital pathology significantly reshapes the entire workflow. So it's crucial to refine and optimize each step for distal operations. This starts with a clear understanding of each group's role and how they influence one another. By engaging in in-depth discussions with pathologists across subspecialties and technicians, we identified each group's current challenges and expectations. These conversations allowed us to define key problems, propose realistic solutions, and foster mutual understanding, making it easier to navigate conflict when they arose. In particular, we gained clarity on processing times, workload, staffing, and reporting procedures, which helped us design effective and realistic distal workflow. Without this pre-preparation, distal pathology could easily result in longer turnaround time and increased workload. Up to this point, we've clearly defined our goals and key priorities for adopting distal pathology. We've assembled our project team and completed a thorough evaluation of necessary equipment such as scanners and viewers. Additionally, we've developed realistic operational scenarios tailored to our institution needs. The next important step is to carefully list and analyze every step of a pathology workflow, from slide reception to final diagnostic reporting. We examined each step in detail, evaluating both spatial and temporal aspects, and identified areas that required adjustment or improvement. By doing this, we can optimize the entire pathology process specifically for distal pathology. This comprehensive approach also helped resolve long-standing issues related to specimen handling and streamline the overall workflow. We focused on improving lab-related processing during our pathology workflow design. Working with technicians, we identified key variables and potential issues at each specimen preparation steps. Using a fishbone diagram, we analyzed 47 possible root causes and explored solutions. Technicians defined the problems themselves to ensure specificity. While at the managerial level, we organized the finding to address root causes and plan improvements. Although solving root issues is ideal, recognizing current limitations and developing both short and long-term strategies is equally important. Implementing a barcode system is crucial for running a distal pathology system effectively. Detailed distal data management for the future-ready pathology department, detailed distal data management and precise tracking are essential. Rather than just focusing on barcode format, it's important to refine the information encoded within. We've optimized our barcode contents to enable seamless data management and tracking. To minimize barcode recognition errors and maintain consistent barcode printing quality, we carefully evaluated and upgraded all related components, including slide label design, barcode sizes, and barcode reading devices. By integrating scanners and all slide production equipment using the same barcode, we ensured smooth interoperability. Specifically, pathology specimens undergo continuous changes in form throughout the workflow, from gross specimens to tissue blocks, glass slides, and whole slide images. The barcode information is integrated not only between EMR, but also with various equipment in the lab. To do the work in the next step, we should attack the barcode printed on the tissue block, slide, or reporting sheet. Based on this approach, we successfully established a one-by-one slide output system. In this system, when to the barcode on the tissue block is scanned, the corresponding specimen number is automatically printed onto the slide. Technicians then place tissue sections from the same tissue block onto the printed slide, effectively eliminating labeling errors at the source. This means that there is no longer error where one patient case or slide is mistaken for someone else's. As a result, during a 3-month comparative evaluation period, we experienced no mislabeling instance or case mix-ups. Additionally, specimen contamination was completely eliminated, and the issue of accidental specimen disposal was also resolved. Ultimately, this significantly reduced the slide preparation-related errors, dramatically improving overall workflow accuracy and safety. Proper management is more important than simply buying the highest spec scanner. Scanners still have limitations, and issues frequently arise in digital pathology operations. Addressing these problems helps strengthen technician expertise. We encourage open communication about hardware and software concerns, which are regularly reviewed with vendors to find practical solutions. Maintenance should go beyond vendor support. Routine in-house care is essential. That's why ease of maintenance is a key factor when selecting a scanner. In our department, we perform daily calibration and train several technicians in basic upkeep to ensure stable performance. After pathology technicians complete slide preparation and scanning, pathologists interpret the slide. During digital slide review, pathologists assess slide quality and share feedback with the technicians. An essential part of operating a digital pathology system effectively. In our department, quality evaluation and follow-up actions are managed through the EMR. We used 21 quality control items with around 5 directly related to digital image generation. When issues are identified, appropriate actions such as rescanning or repreparation are ordered by pathologists and carried out by technicians. These results are reviewed in monthly quality control meetings attended by the entire department. Pathologists present cases showing differences in slide quality before and after improvement, using slide images to enhance understanding and demonstrate the impact of our efforts. This structured and proactive approach allows us to monitor outcomes and drive technical improvement in slide preparation and digital imaging. Based on what we have just discussed, I believe it is essential to establish standard procedures for operating these pathology systems. To ensure consistency and quality, we have developed a quality control manual that clearly outlines all processes related to operation and maintenance of digital pathology. This manual is fully documented and serves as a guide for all steps involved. It enables any team member, regardless of experience level, to carry out tasks accurately and confidently. By having clearly defined procedures, we reduce variability and improve the overall efficiency and safety of our workflow. Importantly, this manual is not static. It is reviewed and updated regularly to reflect any changes in technology, feedback from department members, and lessons learned through daily practice. This continuous improvement ensures that our quality standards remain high and up to date. Successful digital pathology implementation requires effort from all department members. Simply demanding adaptation can lead to resistance. So improving work conditions, especially for technicians, is essential. To reduce unnecessary tasks, we develop an automated case assignment program, as no commercial system offers this function. After considerable effort, we created a tool that considers clinical and pathological factors and assigns cases based on the monthly schedule. This significantly reduced the workload, improved accuracy, and eliminated the need to manually check case assignment. More than 3 years after using this program, pathology technicians at our hospital continue to express satisfaction, stating that it has significantly streamlined their workflow. Such experiences reinforce their positive perception of the new system. To support the technician upskilling, we began by defining our goals and simultaneously evaluating scanners and viewers as we designed workflows suited to our need. Collaborative task force, including pathologists, technician, IT team, and vendors, ensuring only active participation from all teams. A key achievement was implementing a unified barcode system to track specimen and integrate data. We also introduced a one-by-one slide output system, preventing labeling errors and contamination. Finally, we established standard procedures and ongoing quality monitoring, enabling sustained success and empowering technicians to drive continuous improvement. Thank you for your listening.
Thank you very much, Dr. Hyun Jung-gu. Oh, it's really amazing what you have done in your institution. As a leading and top-tier hospital representing Korea, we deeply appreciate your meticulous demonstration of the process of establishing digital pathology system from the very beginning, which involved all members, including the technicians and staff, working together in perfect harmony, I guess. Such an exceptional achievement would have been impossible without your outstanding leadership and dedicated efforts, I think. Thank you very much. Okay, I would like to introduce our next speaker, Dr. Hyun Jung-woo. She's an associate professor in the Department of Pathology at Seoul National University, Bundang Hospital. Dr. Oh specializes in gastrointestinal pathology and digital pathology, which is a notable focus on notable focus on AI-based applications for gastric and colorectal cancer analysis. She has played a key role in developing and integrating the digital pathology system at SNUBH, and has shared her expertise through invited lectures at various meetings, including Korean Society of Pathology. Please join us in welcoming Dr. Oh to the session. Over to you, Dr. Oh.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. And thank you for the comment, Professor Kang, and giving me the opportunity to be a speaker of ASDP webinar. And I'll start my lecture, the title of Step-by-Step Guide for Beginner in Setting Up a Digital Lab. And my lecture is divided into 2 parts. One is about components of digital pathology, and the other one is setting up the DPS. And let's take a first look at hardware of DP. There are whole slide, scanner, and workstation. And wait a moment. And so the whole slide scanner is operated via specialized software, and it captures slides at such magnifications. And it generates whole slide image by stitching high resolution tiles, and images are stored with various compression formats. And there are recommended features for the scanner. It equipped with a bright field optical system, and it is required to be capable of at least 40x magnification. And it must support slide identification functions, and it should provide a macro or overview image, and the scanner must ensure equal resolution in both horizontal and vertical directions, and color space and gradation that meet the manufacturer's quality standards. And the scanner must include an autofocus mechanism that meet the manufacturer's defined quality criteria. And it should offer a linear function for user to confirm that the captured image meet diagnostic quality standards. And here is the brief picture of scanner and the scan process. Load the slide on stage and taking label image and macro image, and finding tissue, and macro focusing is done, and calibration, and then scanning is done. After the scan, stitch images and compress them, and then store them. Let's take a principal function, principal method of scanning. There are two principal methods: tile scanning and line scanning. You can see the tile scanning on the left side, and on the right side is line scanning. The major difference of two technology is from image capturing camera. Tile system is scanned with an area camera. Whereas the line scanning use line camera similar as flat bed scanner. So tile scanning captures the image in small scale sections and then stitches them together. On the other hand, line scanning captures the image continuously line by line, which can result in faster acquisition and fewer stitching errors. And it's the upgrade version of line scanning, TDI scanning. In TDI scanning, the slide moves over time while imaging occurs across multiple stages. Each stage captures a single line of the image. So for a given lesion, multiple signals are accumulated, and the final image is generated by combining all signals. So compared to a single signal capture, sensitivity improves proportionally to the number of stages. And the new technique is real-time focusing. In conventional method, a scanner capture focus across the entire area before scan. But with real-time focusing, focus will be done while scanning, and only a region with a different height are focused. So if you scan sample size like that, you can save more than 2 minutes. And the next technique is geostacking. Geostacking means capturing multiple images at different focal planes along a z-axis. Geostacking is recommended when dealing with cell clusters or fine microstructures such as cytopathology slides. And here is the table summarize the scanners. These are high throughput scanner for clinical use, and the features are contained slide capacity and scan speed and scanning technology, and whether control PC is required, and this stacking is available. And these are also high capacity scanner for clinical use, and these are low to medium capacity scanner for clinical use, and these are for research. And there are some consideration for select a scanner. When you select a scanner, you think about the institution's diagnostic volume and slide size and specimen type and types of examination applied and required turnaround time and number of personnel involved in scanning and total scanning time and availability and scanner utilization rate. And next, move on to workstation. We have to use a good monitor for virtual slide display, and many international guidelines recommend minimum specification for display, and minimal resolution required is 1280 by 1024. And high resolution and high image quality are essential. Therefore, a 4K monitor is widely used in Korea, and a high performance graphic card is also required. And the next is 3D mouse. It has jog shutter like that. It enables intuitive zooming, zoom in and zoom out, and it has shortcut keys for a quick transit to previous slide and next slide. And there are some software we need, image viewer and pathology packs. Image viewer shows a virtual slide image, and there are some required function. They need to have a display function for overview video and observation area indicator and display of objective magnification and length scale. And they also have to have annotation and measurement and imaging saving functions. And comparison function is very helpful, which allows side-by-side display of other digital pathology image for reference during diagnosis. So it is very helpful for diagnosis, the IHC slide for accurate diagnosis. And additionally, it will be very helpful if they have analytic function like Ki67 proliferation indexing. And it's the example of image viewer. It's Sectra and Infinite and Philips. They are very similar each other. And another software we need is pathology PACS. PACS means picture archiving and communication system. And LIS means laboratory information system, and HIS means hospital information system. All three systems work together to support an integrated DP environment. And PACS should be ensure accurate correspondence between the identification information of the glass slide and the digital slide. Digital image. Even if the software version changes, there must be no issue in assessing and utilizing previously archived image. And digital image must be protected from potential damage. And to ensure data preservation safety, the storage have concept of backup or mirroring, such as NAS or LED. And for comparability with other scanner device or PACS, it is recommended that the image storing system use DICOM format. And here are the table for image file extension by scanner and by image viewer. It's very important that file comparability between the scanner and the viewer program should be confirmed before use. And it's the example of pathology PACS. It's our institution's PACS. Usually, pathology PACS contain diagnostic information like diagnosis and gross photo and virtual slide image and molecular information. The pathology PACS usually used in conference, in-house conference. And next, storage and server. If you set up the DP, you have to think about how much storage capacity is needed. Usually, one slide is take up 1.2 gigabyte. So if you scan 1,000 slides a day, you need about 900 terabytes for 3 years. And you must think about how long must the data be retained. Many international guidelines recommend a minimal retention period of 10 years. And especially in Japanese guideline, data from the most recent 5 years should be maintained in a readily accessible state, like hard storage. And these are server for DP, for server for scanner, image viewer, pathology packs, and storing scan files and HIS. And next, move on to the next chapter, setting up the digital pathology system. And we have to consider the DPS. When we consider the DPS, the first step is embedding. When multiple tissue samples are present on a single slide, they should be placed close to each other, and if possible, aligned in the same orientation. And the tissue cutting is also important. The optimal tissue section thickness for scanning is 3 to 4 micrometer. Section thickness can affect the staining intensity of IHC marker, so the thickness should be kept uniform. And tissue section position is also important. When scanned the entire slide, the outer edge of the slide may fall outside the scan area, and tissue located in this region may not be included in the whole slide image. Therefore, to ensure that our tissue is scanned, the sample should be positioned toward the inner area of the slide. The cover slide mounting is also critical. You have to use an automatic cover slide mounting machine or film applicator. And no air bubble must be present, and use clean cover slide only. And excessive mounting medium must be avoided, and the cover slip must be properly positioned because it can make the scanner stop. And barcode labeling for automatic slide identification is also required. It is a basic requirement for linking LIS with PACS. And each slide must have only one label. Special attention is required when scanning outside the slide. Any barcode from previous institutions must be covered like that. And finally, I'll show you our DPS in Seoul National University Bundang Hospital. These processes are same as conventional process, and after stain, the film cover slipping is done. We introduced a film applicator for shortening drying time. After drying the slides are ready for scanning. Then slides are moved to a scan room, and we are checking on slide for scanning because it is very helpful to know that whether the slide is scanned or not. And the slide is applied to the scanner, and after scanning, they are organized. The glass slide is organized in numerical order. After that, the slide enter the diagnostic room, and pathologists using a glass slide and virtual images for diagnosis. And it is a current status of our institution. We have 3 high throughput scanner, and we will be one more scanner will be purchased in this year. Now we are scanning total biopsy specimen and about 70% of operation specimen, and the average number of scans for a month is 14,000 slides, and it takes up 15 terabytes. So it's the last slide of my lecture. When setting up DP, we think about scanner, monitor, workstation, and images viewer software and pathology packs, and server and storage. And many considerations for DPS, and like ID barcode on slide, film applicator, and personnel for scan and turnaround time. So I hope it will be very helpful for your setting, and thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Dr. Hyun-Jung Oh. Thank you for sharing your experience, and thank you for letting us learn about the basic components of the digital pathology. Thank you very much. Okay, so is now for Q&A session. Okay, we have a very active questions in our Q&A board. So we would like to start address some of the questions. So would you like to start, Dr. Aaron Han?
Yeah, thank you for the talk. We have several questions. I think Prof. Desai is going to tackle the first one dealing with virtual slides. Virtual H&E is my understanding of the question. Prof? Do you have the question in your queue? There was a question about the length of time. I don't know if that means when virtual staining will come into adoption and practice, or what's the time lag in terms of virtual slide question. There's a initial question about that.
So you're addressing it to whom?
It was suggested that you would tackle this question for us.
Okay.
Yep,
You want me?
please.
You're addressing this question to Dr. Desai, or
Okay. Yeah.
You were nominated, so I thought we would start with you and Dr. Kawai.
Okay. So Dr. Kawai can do it. Is
Yeah.
he?
Yeah.
Please.
I think the question is about the virtual H&E.
Yes.
I think there's several kinds of virtual H&E staining. I mean, what's the source of the base of the H&E? Some studies use the unstained sections, and some uses the autofluorescence, and others use other stainings like in immunohistochemistry or something. I think it's not a good way to make a virtual staining, in my opinion, to be honest, because there can be some artifacts or hallucinations and in the virtually stained sections. So the application is limited.
Yeah. Can I just add to it?
Please.
Technology is still in the research space, and any technology which comes to clinical space has to undergo a lot of validation and regulatory approvals, and it is as good as getting a drug approved, and that the clinical trials for the drug, they go on for years together. So this is not going to enter clinical space very soon. That's the answer.
Thank you. Can we continue with you, Prof? One of the questions I wanted to start with you was, in the transition to DP, many people asked, should I go fully 100%, or should I start with maybe just MDT educational, specific organs, IHC? What's your advice? What's your experience?
Yeah, so there are two ways to look into it, 100% digital or hybrid. Now, there are pros and cons for both. If you go 100% digital, it's good for the laboratory technologist and in general, because it's a homogeneous pathway. But it can prove very expensive, because if you are digitizing almost every slide, then you have to also make provision for the storage and the server. So if you go in a hybrid way, then you have to maintain two different pathways. So this is about clinical use for clinical purposes. For education in general, all of us are using in for various meetings and all that. But it's recommended to go fully 100% digital. In addition, there is also human factor. You may not always find all your colleagues receptive to adopt digital pathology. So when I was heading our department, I saw to it that we remained hybrid, because there are some takers, there are some who are still skeptical, and it's not right to force any new technology onto your colleagues. So that's the answer.
Yeah, if we can continue with that, and maybe Dr. Go and Dr. O, you want to address the change management aspect about these type of projects, maybe you have a story to share from your setting.
So one of the questions from the floor was about the concerns about scanning at 20x or versus 40x magnification. So Dr. Oh and Dr. Go, could you please share your experience?
Yeah, actually, our institution used the 40x magnification for scanning, but I know several institutions use 20x for scanning, but the image is, I think the image is okay for reading, but it shows some blurring, especially for the high magnification evaluation, such as the microorganisms evaluation like that. So some the other strategies for the file size, about the file size, some institutions use the 40x scanners, and then they store the image, the compilation to our 20x images. In those cases, it is okay to review as a whole previous old slides, but it can be some problems because if you want AI pathology programs to develop, it could be issues.
Yeah, can I say?
Sure, please.
We have done certain human performance studies, and as far as diagnosis is concerned, 20x and 40x did not make much of a difference. But that study did not have cytology slides or complex cases, say lymphoma, where you have to look into the nuclei you need minute details. But overall, 20x, 40x did not make difference as far as rendering diagnosis was concerned, but I'm sure it makes a big difference for AI-based studies or AI-based kind of evaluation. And in any case, nowadays, most scanners are scanning at 40x. So that is a good news for us.
And also there was a question about since these devices, digital pathology system and devices are so expensive, the institutions with low budget, how should we approach at the beginning? Could you please advise?
Actually, with advent of AI related work, it's much easier to make a business case for digital pathology because there are these algorithms already in commercial space, some of these, and so that is one way to go for it, or on the basis of education application for educational purposes, you can convince the administrators. But the most important is the AI can definitely help to get a new system, new wholesale imaging system for digital pathology purpose. I mean, you can make use of AI.
Okay. Do you have any questions to address, Dr. Aranhan, or should I go on?
Go ahead, please proceed.
Okay. I have one question for Dr. Masataka Kawai. I found it very interesting that how you explained the digital pathology perspective, different from the traditional glass slide. So could you please give some examples of those new digital pathology perspectives, different from the traditional glass slide perspective?
Thank you, Dr. Kang. As I mentioned earlier, the Ki67 index is one of the example, and And Dr. Zai also introduced the patholomics concept. This patholomics means the morphological signature of the whole tissue. But as you know, that we cannot find all of the findings from a slide. So we need some help from the computers or AI. So that's one, aspect that the AI can help pathologists. But I think there are many more in the future. Yeah. So we are at the beginning phase of the AI-aided pathology.
Yes. Also, there was a question about the pathology foundation model application on the multiplex IF. So, do you have any experience with it, or?
Yeah. The UNI model developed by Dr. Faisal Mahmoud benchmarks the UNI model on the SegPath dataset. The SegPath dataset is the virtual immunohistochemistry dataset, and I developed a segmentation model on top of the SegPath dataset and simulated some kind of the multiplex immunohistochemistry. That I can use the foundation model, but the foundation model is pretty large and very heavy, and to use as initial step, or the if you want to iterate the experiment, the pathological foundation models are a little bit slow, and so I didn't try pathological foundation models, but I can try pathological foundation models.
Okay, thank you very much. And I would like to ask the next question for Dr. Hyun-Jung Oh, what do you think are the most important factors for choosing scanners? Because there were some questions on how to choose scanners, like how to evaluate,
I think the most important thing to consider is the budget and the price of the scanner, and the have to be considered is that the diagnostic volume, the number of slide scan per day, and so it is also important that the scanner is stable running, because there are many errors or problems like that. These are things to be considered, I think.
Thank you. Dr. Hyun-Jung, in your institution, you presented that there was a evaluation table for. So could you explain a little bit more about the details?
Yeah, there are so many items. At least, yes. It's about 5 or 6 years ago. I can remember exactly, but there are no specific evaluation sheet I could available. So I devised a scanner and viewer scoring sheet. But during making this, it is important to make the give a weight what your institution need. In our institution, is the speed is very important factors, and if you do the proof of concept study for use the variable companies scanners, it is important to you make a set of your institution, because every slide differs from every institution. So you set your own institution's slide set and scan and test. and scoring to especially for scanner, you have to attend a lab technician because they will use the scanner actually.
Okay. Thank you very much. Let's see. Okay. So, do you have any workflow management application? Okay, there was a question. Like this. Do you have any workflow management application from ordering the scanning, which can sync with LIS data and create the barcode for tissue? So when you start the workflow from the scanning, does it like in your institution, is the barcode scanning synchronized with the LIS system in your hospital? Maybe that's something very basic and necessary for diagnostic purpose of the digital pathology, right? So is the barcode system synchronized with your LIS lab?
The level of barcode system can make a difference from the institution's situation. If you use the LIS system or if you use the EMR system, the integration level is very different. But you can make your own barcode system if you use only your surgical number is a datafication. But some hospitals, like our hospital, we use the EMR system in fully integrated digital pathology system and EMR system. In those cases, we make a deep level of unified barcode system. So it can make a barcode and the contents is adaptive of your institution.
Do you have any other comments, Dr. Desai?
No, I agree with the speaker.
Thank you. Okay, so okay, I guess we are running a little bit late from our schedule. So if you have any other comments, Dr. Aron Han?
Yeah, I think we'll close our session, but any final comments from any of our speakers? Any final advice?
Embrace new technology without any hesitation.
Dr. Go, Dr. O, Dr. Kawai, any final words of wisdom?
Dr. Go, final words of wisdom for us, please.
Oh, can I speak? Thank you for your attention and
Oh, okay.
yeah, it was a very good meeting for me and hopefully to all of the listeners. Thank you.
Yeah, if I could recommend to our faculty, please go ahead and put your either in the Q&A probably is the easiest, the best way to contact you. People have a lot of specific questions, probably about details about your talk, so I'm sure there'll be follow-up conversations. And we do look forward to seeing many of you in the audience at our next event we expect in July. So thank you for your participation.
Okay, thank you for joining us today for ASDP webinar series, especially on the weekend. We truly appreciate your dedication and enthusiasm. Thank you very much. We hope this session has inspired you to embark on your journey into digital pathology and artificial intelligence. ASDP will continue to strive to grow as a platform for promoting digital pathology and globally sharing knowledge. Beyond webinars and in-person congress, we are planning to develop various educational and research programs and networking opportunities. So please stay tuned. We would like to encourage you to take a moment to complete our post-webinar event survey after the webinar. Please use the QR code on the screen to participate. Your insights are crucial in guiding our future initiative and ensuring they meet your needs. And by signing up on our website, asdp.ai, you can access the recording of today's webinar in about 1 to 3 weeks from now. And lastly, we would like to express our gratitude again to our sponsor, Leica Biosystems, for their generous support. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.